Elektron TonVerk is actually here. The meme that became a reality. So now it's actually here, and people who I wish I was are playing it and making videos about it, and it makes me wonder, what do we really know about this device? No one really knows that much about it. Just like you, I'm trying to answer a question of, is this something that I need or want? And I want to address that. I want to lean into the perspective that's always looked at through this gas-affected lens we have. Think of this as your own personal gas awareness therapy session. Let's jump in. To buy or not to buy? That really is the burning question. Were you waiting all this time for an auto sampler like TonVerk? Were you really excited to get something exactly like TonVerk in your setup, and this is the perfect device for you? Well, to be honest, get it. It really blurs the lines between the Octatrack and Digitact with this sampling feature, and if you've been really wanting something like an auto sampler but not wanting to jump into an MPC or something else, then honestly, go and grab it. Like, if you've been waiting for it all this time, you should really jump in on it. The people who have waited all this time for these features, you will already know yourself. You've got to ask yourself, was I actually waiting for this, or was this a carrot that was dangled in front of my face and I decided I was hungry? Most of us weren't waiting in the wings for a polyphonic auto sampler like TonVerk. Most of us are just a product of the really good marketing that Elektron has rolled out with this product. Everything from the creation of this meme to the fake leaking to the actual rollout of the TonVerk has been perfect from Elektron. When I look at TonVerk, I already know I don't want it. I can see from a mile away that I can pretty much do the majority of this stuff with all the pieces of equipment that I have. No piece of gear is really going to complete your setup. You're always going to just chase gear and continue to refresh and grow and move on from pieces and leave this one behind and fall in love with this one only to get over that and move to a new one. You're not going to buy a piece of equipment and it's going to solve everything and you're just going to never buy anything again. Like, that's not how music production works. Realistically, all you're getting when you buy a piece of equipment like that is the feeling that it's going to solve something for you, that it's going to do something for you that nothing else can. And I just feel like that feeling isn't really true. And I wanted to talk about that because I just feel like I've acquired enough gear in my life to know that when you buy it, you don't solve that problem. I think that's the biggest thing about all these releases is they're going to build up this tension, they're going to build up this excitement inside of all of us, and they're going to make us feel like we want them. We're gear nerds at the end of the day. We love buying gear. Because what's going to end up happening if you just go out and just go boom, straight into it, I want that, I buy it, is you're just going to end up with all of this gear around you that you don't really know very well, that is super complex, that just inflates your process, that makes your process take twice as long, be twice as frustrating, and at the end you make less music with it anyway. There is no one piece of equipment that's going to just be this one and for all thing. That's such a silly idea. All of these workstations, they preach and they preach about you just need this and you just need that, but the fact of the matter is all of them have benefits and all of them have negatives to them. And I think that's the important thing to remember, is that no one piece of gear is perfect. The TonVerk is not going to solve your crisis. If you're like me and you're just looking for a reason to increase your setup because you've finished acquiring all of these pieces and something else might be nice, something else might help, I think you should internalize that. You should look within a little bit more, and you should have a bit of a think about how can you be creative with the limitations that you already have, and is it important to have something that has one or two features that might make something a bit easier or a bit more interesting? The whole thing that's really funny about the TonVerk in itself is that it as an idea created so much more speculation than it as a piece of equipment in itself. The imagination of the piece of gear actually hyped people up more than the piece of gear itself. That's the whole reality of gas in a nutshell, is you think that you're getting this amazing thing because you're imagining the concept of it. You don't really know exactly what it is, but then when it's right in front of you, when you get it, when you see it, when you understand what it actually is, then you really decide, oh, I didn't really need this. You see this image of something, you create this hyperfixation and this hype about it. Everyone else builds and builds and builds of what it might be, and everyone's imagining so much of what it might be that when it actually comes in its form and we get it in our hands and we look at it, we go, it's kind of not that good. To some people, the TonVerk is really going to be amazing, and I think Elektron did an amazing job in designing it. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it's a really cool piece of equipment. But I mean, the majority of people don't need a TonVerk. Like, it's a pretty special niche of people who are going to want to use that machine. Like, it's not for everyone. Like, I know that by looking at it and looking at what it does. So yeah, I think that's the funniest part about all of it, is it's a meme in and of itself. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I really appreciate everyone who comments and likes, subscribes to the channel. I don't make any money, I don't make anything off this content. I just do it because I love music production and I'm a gear nerd just like you. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Until next time, have a good one.